Does your mom know you're watching this show? Welcome everyone to the Friday Night BS show. This podcast is rated R and is intended for mature audience. So if fart sounds still make you laugh, you're in the right place. And with me tonight, Mr. Bruce is here. Mr. Bruce, hello, Brucey. Brucey. I'm gonna have to move you, Bruce, because see, that's what screwed up my process right there. And of course, my hostess with the mostest. Miss Deana. Deana's here with us. Yes, and the dogs are going after. That is
Deana and a dog.
Yes, and her dogs are going after the food that she ordered. That's being delivered currently right now. She's looking around, and no Kevin tonight. Kevin is a busy man. Kevin's making a big major change in his life, and we can't talk about it. No, he's not getting married. Right, Deana?
Smart.
Smart. No, Kevin looks like the guy that would make you sign a prenup. You can't take my guitar. You can't take my guitar. Funny. Oh, and what is on our agenda tonight? We are going to be talking about Deana has Millennial Min, which is an interesting one, and I think it's something that we should really dig into a little bit more. But can women be friends with their exes? No, I'm kidding. I think we'll get into that. I think you can. I think it's fine. If you're mature enough, it's possible. It's possible. I'll give you this one. If you've had really freaky sex with that person, I say no. I'm just gonna let that out there right now. So. That's all I'm saying. And the main topic tonight, dating in 2024, the cost and current state of dating in America. It's a fucking mess, Bruce. It's a fucking mess out there. Yes, right? I mean, it's not just wearing on our emotions and our what else, Deana? And our brains. But yeah, and our wallets.
You gotta wear your fancy clothes. You gotta buy a nice meal, a fancy fucking Olive Garden.
Oh, Olive Garden. When you hear your family,
at least it's unlimited breadsticks and salad.
Thank goodness for them breadsticks. Eat more breadsticks, please. More breadsticks.
If she eats more breadsticks than me, then she's out. She's out. No, it's not just it's just not just a financial burden. I shouldn't say financial burden because you're choosing. I guess you're choosing to go out on. It's up to you whether you go out on one date a month or 3 or 4 a month. You know, it's on you. You make that decision. So it can be a financial burden to you if you're going on 3-4 dates a month and you're trying to find Mrs. Right or Mr. Right. It could be a financial burden, but yeah, I mean, it's just right now it just seems like both sexes are have made this switcheroo, Deana. It's a switcheroo. Do you feel like that's happening where maybe 30 years ago, guys were more in control of what a date was supposed to be like and what it should, start and end. And now it's kind of where the female is kind of taking that control.
If you say so. I don't know, man. I don't date people.
But yeah, but I mean, you don't feel like that's by just what you see on social media and Facebook and other places. You feel that where the guy always seemed to have the control has kind of now switched around. What was perfect example is the dating apps. I mean, you guys have all the control.
Sure, wouldn't know.
Sure.
Bruce,
sure would. Brucey, what do you say?
Definitely.
When it comes go ahead.
No, I mean there's more guys looking for luck on the dating sites than there are gals got all the power on the dating sites.
Yeah, I'm not shitting on women for having that power. I'm not just being a dickhead here. I'm just saying it's a good thing. I think that they have more power when it comes to, what happens on a date. I think it's a little better. Um, we're gonna get right into it. The average person spends $58.84 per person, with men paying 20% more than women. Two-thirds of Americans feel stressed about finances when organizing a date, while three-quarters are opting for a more low-cost alternative in 2024. I got a lot of that. And I kind of got to witness that in the poll. I don't know if you guys paid attention to some of the comments in the poll, and I was really happy that most of the comments that I saw in the poll, on the Facebook group page and on other places I posted it, where the woman was like, "Hey, it doesn't have to be a $300 date. It doesn't have to be a $200 date. Yeah, get a picnic basket, a nice walk on the beach, a nice walk in the park." I mean, did you see some of the comments on the poll, Deana?
Absolutely. It
Y-
doesn't have to be a very expensive date. I absolutely agree with that.
Yeah, yeah. But okay, I like that, but that's more. Would you say, Bruce, that's more like a second or third date, not a first date?
Yeah, I'm yeah, first date, you know, I just think most of the gals want something a little bit more than just that's more of it, like you said, a second or third date thing.
Yeah, where it's like, okay, hey, now we'll, the second date, it's fun to get creative with that first date because you like, you want it to be special. The guy wants it to be special and wants her to feel not just safe, but comfortable and happy on that date. So, yeah, you got to be a little bit more creative and get out of that little shell that we were all in, you and I grew up in, Bruce, dinner, movie, home,
Yeah, I
yes.
think dragging some gal to a picnic out in the wilderness, she's going to get a little scared on the first date.
Hey, I want to take her hiking. I don't understand why I can't take her hiking at night in the woods, guys. I just don't understand it. Deana, explain that. Why can't I go hiking at night?
Because you might be a serial killer. Do you have a hook somewhere? That's why you can't.
I got a plastic
Terrible
bag.
idea.
I got a plastic bag hanging out to my back
Yeah.
pocket. A toolbox.
Little
Shit.
duct tape, because
Yeah. More than half of the people have asked for refunds and contributions after the first date. According to the Match Annual Singles in America survey, unmarried Americans spend about $1,596 on dating a year. Deana, how bad does a date have to be for you to ask for a refund?
I would never ask for a refund on a date. That's ridiculous. How Karen can you be? If your
Look, you
name is
you
Karen and you
consider that
don't check,
Karen?
I'm sorry. That's so ridiculous, dude. I've had great dates that were just a walk in a park. That is completely free, and it was a great date.
Yeah,
Why? Because we had good chemistry and there was good
yeah,
conversation and we had good company. It
yeah,
doesn't have to be expensive if you get along. If you have a personality, you don't have to spend
yeah,
a lot of money. It's a
yeah.
terrible thing to say. Send your hate mail to me. That's
Send it to
fine.
Deana. But yeah, like you have to agree with me and Bruce. That's a difficult thing for a guy to do on a first date because our main goal is to somewhat impress our date on our ability, not only our finances, but also that we can set up a date. We know how to fucking control a situation. I mean, uh, I think for a first date, just like, hey, let's take a walk in the park and get to know you. That's tough because you really don't know each other. You don't even know if you clicked yet. Before that even happens, and then now what? You're out. You got to spend the next 2 hours with no food in front of you, no drink, nothing to kind of take away from the awkward
I,
silence.
I guess it depends on the park. Because
It
this is
depends on
like
the
a
park.
45-minute walk. It was perfect.
Yeah. I think I don't know. For me, I'm not sure how Bruce is, but I really put some thought into where the first date's going to be. I try to make sure I pick some place that's quiet. It's still a nice restaurant, but not not BJ's or Chili's or even Olive Garden, because those are just really loud places with kids and screaming parents, and just it's hard to kind of get to know somebody while you have some stranger's kid throwing breadsticks at you. Just for me, I don't want to deal with that stuff. So for me, I take a little bit of time to kind of find a nice little place that's quiet, away from the norm, and not something popular, but somewhere where I can really kind of get to know you without having any interruptions. Or so yeah, I mean, that's how I am. Bruce, I'm curious, and I know all women are different when it comes to what they expect for a first date, but if you had to put a number out there for a first date, what would it be?
Oh, as far as the price tag goes,
Yeah, first price taggy.
man, it can vary. Um, I'm staying this usually between
Oh,
100 and
this
100.
was actually, hold up, but this was actually Dina's question. But you
Oh,
can answer it, and then I'll go back to Dina.
probably 100 to 150 bucks.
Yeah. Dina, does that sound pretty good to you?
Yeah, on the poll on the Facebook page, I said 120. So that sounds
120.
about
Yeah.
right.
This is Bruce's question. I want to touch on a statement about feeling stressed about finances when organizing a date. Do you feel it's on us to make sure the date is not only memorable, but successful in achieving a second date? So maybe sometimes we go a bit overboard. I don't know if you do that. Like if you set up a first date with somebody and you can feel that person, you're going to click with that person, Bruce. Do you go a little more over on to try to make sure that that's going to be a better date than say you would have normally done for somebody else?
Yeah, I'll order a couple more cocktails for us.
Bruce, you can't always get her drunk, Bruce. You just can't give her another scotch and bourbon.
Keep them coming.
Yeah. So sometimes we may go a little overboard. So maybe sticking to a budget works for your finances best when planning the first date. So yeah, I mean, do you think, Dina, that sometimes that happens, and guys, that's part of the frustration part when it comes to making a date, because they're trying to overachieve to try to impress this woman, and it doesn't fit their finances. So when the date doesn't go the way they think it was going to go, they get pissed off because they spent $200.
That's a sad notion. I not anything that I'd really thought about before.
But what do you think? Do
Aw.
you think that plays into the guy's head? Like, oh man, they clicked, and let's just say everything clicked in his head. And he's just like, he's thinking this is going to be a great date. And then he goes outside his budget, and he goes into this $400 date. And then it just doesn't work out by the end of the day. Do you feel like that has a lot to do with maybe how some of the numbers are based when guys get upset when a date doesn't work out and they spent too much money?
Sure, I could see that being an issue. That's an excessive amount of money. I mean, that's like a quarter of my mortgage. Jesus.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like that hasn't happened to me. I thought like we were talking and having a good time, and getting to know each other. And then I figured, okay, let me ask her out. And I asked her out, and I just felt like, hey, I need to, you shouldn't use money as what you need to decide on how, a relationship should go. But I just felt like the type of person she was and the style that she had, and I felt like I had to go a little extra to make that date work and to get a second date. And then I realized, mid through the date, that it wasn't going to work out. We ended up becoming friends, so we're still friends, but it just didn't work out that way. And I did feel like, oh fuck, I'm stupid. I spent way too much money on this fucking date, and I should have, you just did something basic. I mean, does that happen to you, Bruce?
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, go out on a date, you do dinner or lunch or something like that, you do drinks and stuff, and then then they want to kind of walk around. Well, then you'll walk into a shop or a candy store and then buy more stuff, and then You'll go to another store and you'll buy more stuff or more snacks or a cup of coffee, and pretty soon it's like, yeah, it tastes getting expensive.
Where are you taking her
And
to
then
the fucking mall?
no, and then you kind of realize it's just not going to really work. You're just thinking that it's not clicking. You're waiting for the date to end at this point, and
That's
she's
the
enjoying
word.
it, but it's like, yeah, there's not going to be a second date.
Yeah.
And you're thinking that to yourself. There's not going to be a second date.
Yeah.
She's not thinking that, or maybe she is, and she's just milking you for all she can for the first date. So
Yeah. She knows, right, Bruce?
hard,
She knows in
hard
the
to
first
say.
6 seconds if she's sleeping with you. So
Yeah. Well,
you
yeah, but
would that help? Would that?
but there, I
All
mean,
right.
I would date gals from out of town so that it's not an option. We meet in a neutral location, so we're
Yeah.
not in
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
town, we're not in her town, we're in a neutral town. So the sleeping thing ain't gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you
But
never know. You
oh,
start.
I guess it could if I wanted to go
Yeah. She's
that
not going
way
to
or
carry.
that
Yeah.
way, but yeah,
She's not going to carry an overnight bag with her the whole date. So yeah.
I don't know. I didn't check her car, but
Dinner dates are still the most preferred choice. The data suggests that Americans still prefer the tired and trusted restaurant date, with 47.8% of respondents choosing it as their preferred way to get to know someone. That's not surprising, right? I mean, it's still the dinner. Dinner is still the place to go to learn to. I think we're, like I said earlier, I think that's where we fuck up. I think that's where guys make that mistake. And I think if guys would spend a little more time choosing the place, I think the date could go a lot better. I mean, have you been on a date where you're just like, you can't even hear each other, and you're in a restaurant, Deana, and you just can't even talk to each other?
I don't. Yeah, absolutely. I don't understand how these kids go to the club. Let me meet you at the club. How
Oh,
do you
God.
how do you hear each other have a conversation?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Just
I'm not going to
smile and nod.
I'm not
Mhm.
going to a club. Yeah. That's where you make, yeah. It's just nod your head. Next thing you know, you're buying her a car, shit.
Right. Exactly.
or you're married.
Or you're married. Yeah. How did we
You
end up in
shoot
Vegas, man? What
yourself
the
in the
fuck?
foot.
What the
Right.
fuck happened?
What just
How did-
happened?
Yeah, no, I mean, that's something I think is that guys lose right off the start, because I think if you just spent a little bit more time, and I know I don't go driving around looking for fucking restaurants. I mean, ask somebody, ask a friend, ask a couple, hey, where do you guys go on dates, and check those places out. I like to go, like I said, I like somewhere that's in town, of course, as well, but just somewhere it's not the popular restaurant. It's not it's maybe a new establishment, somewhere where I know I can actually sit down and have a conversation with that person, and not go, huh. And keep in mind, I have terrible fucking hearing. Bruce knows my hearing is shot. So for me, it's really important that I'm somewhere I can actually hear her speak, because I will probably end up in Vegas and married. So for me, it's important that I can actually hear someone speaking, Uh, let's see here. With 47% responding choosing their preferred way of getting to know someone, while less pricey, and coffee shop dates are still up there. 44.8% also favored by more than a third of the people. Bruce, I'm sure you're not surprised that dinner is still a top choice when it comes to first dates, but how important is it picking the restaurant? Not only romantic, but also not so loud, busy, and you can really have a conversation.
Yeah, I mean it's important, and like I said, you got to case some of these places out. I mean, McDonald's and Jack in the Box, and they get loud.
If you're taking her to McDonald's, man, you want to go down the slide? Oh, they still have the kids things at McDonald's,
Oh, they
maybe.
might. I think they've taken out the bubble booth and all that crap. You can play in
But I'll be
Some of
honest
them
with you.
still have them, some of them don't.
I'll be
ball
honest with
maze or
you.
yeah.
I'm pretty childish. So if I take someone to McDonald's and she goes down the slide, I may marry her, because that's what I like.
Well, you
I
can play
mean,
hide and seek in the bubble pit. The
yeah,
ball
if
pit.
if she's at Dave and Buster's and she's doing silly shit like a kid, I may marry her. Because I want someone spontaneous like you. Deana, which of those two do you prefer? The dinner or the coffee?
I like the coffee. Honestly, I'm sorry about we ordered pizza. Sorry about the dogs.
Why the coffee? Is it because it's more intimate?
Because it's more intimate. Because sometimes it's easier to find a coffee shop in the afternoon than it is to find a quiet dinner place and at any time of the week.
Yeah.
Also, because in a coffee date, you probably have other plans. If it goes badly, it's easy to escape.
Well, we have our tricks. Me and Bruce have our phone tricks. Hey, call me in about a half an hour. And if it's not working, I'll stay. If it's working, I'll stay. If it's not, we'll have this. Everybody has that call. You had that call too, Deana.
No,
on a date.
Never needed
to. You never set your friend up to, hey, call me in like 45 minutes and I'll let you know. And
Nope.
Wow. Bruce, what do you think? She lying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she's lying too.
Nope.
When it comes to call,
she's not as clever as we thought. So,
Yeah, I don't know, Deana.
No need to, my friends. No need to.
I can see Deana just getting up. You know what? Fuck, this ain't working.
Yeah. Uber.
Check.
I don't want to waste another fucking half hour of my life trying to talk to you. And this is a little bit mixed information here, but when it comes to cost, the average person spends. See, these are two different numbers I got from two different sites. So when it comes to cost, the average person spends $50.14 per person on food and drink during the date. For those who date once a week, they will pay slightly less than $218.42 per month. I think that's, and what they're saying here. Let me finish that statement, because he says that on eating at which is the average for all Americans according to U.S. Census Bureau and data. So you're actually spending what a family would spend, or an average American person would spend a month on going out to dinner. Does that sound about right? 200.
I don't know, because they were saying the other day that like a family of 4 or 5 going to McDonald's.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
$125.
Yeah. See, because I usually go out on Thursdays, and every Thursday I will go out to eat because I don't want to cook. I'll either go with Joe somewhere or I'll just go somewhere myself and sit down and eat. And that's usually going to be it's about $25 to $30. So times 4 is a 120. So if you add an extra person, that's 240. So it's pretty close. 218 per month on eating out, which is the average for all Americans according to USA. But it starts to add up if you're dating 3 or 4 or 3 or more times per month. Those who date it 1 to 2 times a month spend an average of $57.21, while those dating 3 to 4 times spend higher at $69.68 a month. A date.
69. Sorry.
69.68, switching it up, baby. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you're going out on a date. You got to spend money. The guy's goal is to try to get a second date. So his whole process is about trying to impress her, not just financially, but his personality, his attitude, all that stuff. So, I felt like focusing just on the money part of itself is just part of dating. I mean, that's just the part of it. And I think, do women look at what the guy spent on a date? Deana, do you feel that the average woman, not you, but does the average woman, you feel, go, okay, this was a cheap ass date, or this was a great date, he spent some money?
I think it depends on the date. If it was a bad date, yeah, you want to see how much money he spent.
Yeah. Uh-oh, Becky.
If it was a good date, it doesn't freaking matter.
How about you, Brucey? Do you feel that at the end of the date, do you feel that she's adding in her head what this date cost?
I don't think I've ever had that impression.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you feel that did you? All right, here's a good one. But did you feel like if it was a pretty expensive date, did you feel that there was more likelihood that it'd be a second date?
Because you spent money on it?
Yeah. Hey, there's some women
Wouldn't
that are
that
out
be
there.
a red? I didn't make my red flags. Wouldn't that be a red flag right there? Pew, 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 pew.
I might not see it. Yes or no, Bruce? Do you think you had a better shot at a second date because you spent more money? Let me ask you that question. Did you personally feel?
It's never been my thing. Most of it's just been, whether we click with conversation, whether there's some chemistry. It's always been more of that than what it was costing for the evening,
Yeah. All right.
But, that's me. So,
Yeah. If that wasn't enough, there's also the cost of looking good. Oh, gotta look good, Brucey. Gotta look good. According to research, singles spend an average of $50.29 on clothes. I don't know where the fuck they're buying their clothes. Clothes, makeup, and accessories, and personal grooming to show off their best selves before a date.
Are they buying a new outfit every time they have a date?
Oh man, this is unlikely to reflect the cost of the weekly date, but for someone looking to look extra handsome or glamorous for a new partner or getting back into dating, they may spend this on average. Deana, would you say that $50.29 is accurate number? And if not, give us a ballpark figure what an average woman would spend on the first date on herself.
It's $50 a month.
$50 a date. Yeah.
A date. That is my monthly makeup budget, and I never stay in that bracket.
Yeah. But let's be honest, there are some women that are a little more high maintenance when it comes to their going out on a date. They're probably going to go get a haircut. They're probably, or not a haircut, because that's what guys get. They're going to go get styled.
Right. If you go get a blowout and go get your nails done, go get a pedicure. Yeah. Okay, a pedicure, manicure, and a blowout all together is pretty close to probably $185.
Yeah. Because I'm assuming
my math, but still.
Hey, look, yeah, I mean, I've gone on dates where I could actually tell that, okay, this girl just left the salon, literally just left the salon. So, I mean, I know that that's not cheap. I know that's not cheap. And I know that, and I know a few women friends that have spoken about going out on first dates and going clothes shopping. So, finding a different blouse or a different skirt, before going out on a date. So, I mean, when I saw that it was average of $50.29, I was like, maybe for a guy, a fucking shirt. But even a guy's haircut's $25, right, Bruce? Guy's fucking haircut's $25.
$20.
$20. Yeah. Well, you forgot to add the tip, Bruce. You got to give him $5.
That is with the tip.
My manicure and pedicure $25, and my hair is $120. See, Jennifer? I mean, that's why I'm like, okay, who do they fucking ask this question to? Because this question is fucking way to fuck off when it comes to how much they're spending.
25 each or 25 total? No. So right, exactly. So that's 50.
Yeah, $50 yourself. Like
exactly. Yeah. That's so you're at 180. So I did my math okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're saying each person themselves spend $50. Like Bruce.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, there's no way.
Even if you average it out between the two people, you're not getting to $50.
Yeah. There's no way. I paid.
No, I think the girls probably spend a whole lot more on prep than guys do.
Well, you better not be going out, Jennifer. You're married now. Oh, you should be going out with him, though. Be scared to post a list of expenses for me getting ready. Yeah, I mean, it's not cheap. It's not cheap. Even I myself like to go and get myself a new shirt. I feel like, hey, this is a new date, a new person. At least, Johnny, go fucking buy a shirt. And I like to have a new shirt when I go out with someone, or a new pair of pants. or
It's
something,
not like they've seen everything in your closet. They wouldn't know it was new or not.
It doesn't matter. It's just for me. I want it to be. I want it to. Yeah, I want it to be me. It's something that I want. I want something new. It's a new date. I want to impress her. And I want it to look good. So yeah. I mean, Bruce, I think I'm gonna. See, you pretty much answered this, but I'm gonna ask you this question. But but do you go out of your way to maybe buy a new shirt or pants on a first date, or maybe spend some cash on a haircut? You get a haircut at least.
I get a haircut every 4 weeks. I have it pre-scheduled.
So no matter when the date falls in, if it doesn't fall on a haircut night, you're not getting a haircut.
Nope.
You don't do anything, huh? You just
Nope.
go out with. Oh wow, I'm surprised.
Nope. And everything's new in my closet from that first date.
Well, it's new for her, yeah, but you don't feel like you feel a little more. I don't know what the right word to use, Deana. But for yourself, like you don't feel like,
because as a guy, we can't shop for ourselves anyways because we don't know what we're buying or what looks good. So
well, speak for yourself. I mean,
she's
Bruce,
agreeing with me. She knows.
No, Bruce. At your age, and
I
as long
can't
as
dress
you've been,
myself, John,
you've been
at my
single,
age.
no. It's not
Mhm.
about dressing yourself, Bruce. It's about knowing you should know your style by now.
Yeah,
Exactly.
shirt and pants.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, and you should shop to that style. It's not that I'm not saying
Shirt
go
and
out.
pants. Could you
Yeah.
be any more vague?
Yeah.
Do I
Shorts
need
in
to
the
come to
summer.
California and help you?
Shorts in the
Bruce
summer.
needs an assistant. He could pay you. He needs an assistant. He's already got a housekeeper. Maybe the house. Ask the housekeeper. Ask the housekeeper. Hey, do I?
You know where I shop for clothes?
TJ Maxx.
Amazon. I kind of
Same.
picture you ready.
Right?
I kind of picture
If it doesn't fit, I just go down to a seamstress and have her tuck the shirt in, taper them in, whatever it is.
I see Bruce shop. I was going to say at the golf shop. I was going to say the golf shop, if for shirts and stuff. So and they have great fucking shirts in there too. So I'm not going to
cheaper on Amazon.
Yeah.
They only last a season anyway, so why spend $75 at the sporting goods store?
Thank you, Jennifer. I know I'm amazing, but I still feel like I have to, make it's not just to impress her or make her feel more comfortable, but it's also to make me feel a little better about myself, having a new shirt or a new pair of pants or even a pair of shoes. I mean, I'll buy a pair of shoes. So
I don't have to have that security of myself. I'm confident with what I got. So
yeah. I mean, for me, it's just I think it's a fresh start, a fresh date, a new date, and to me, I feel like I need to maybe, like I said earlier, going a little extra, to make the date a little bit more memorable or romantic, or I'm gonna make sure my shirt is not all wrinkled up, my pants aren't all wrinkled up, I don't look like I just stepped out of the fucking washing machine, and I don't know, shave maybe, I don't know.
I do that.
I do that. How much do you have to spend? Ready for this one? How much do you have to spend to be in a relationship? Brucey, how many dates would you consider saying you're in a relationship? How many dates would you have to go on to finally say this is a relationship? I gotta wait. I'm waiting for this one.
I don't know. It's been a long time.
What would be the number in your head? What would be the number in your? How many dates would you have to go on with someone for you to say, hey, you know what, this is a fucking relationship?
Oh man, it would have to go into months.
In the months, okay.
In the months, I would say like probably a dozen, maybe.
So 12. It would take about 12 dates. I mean, that would be a stretch of what, 3 months, 4 months,
something like that.
How about you, Deana?
I'm not one to jump into what I would call a relationship. I'd take my time, make sure it's right.
Yeah. I don't know. Becky says 6+ months.
Yeah.
How about you, Deana? How many dates would it take before you're saying to yourself, holy shit, this is a relationship?
I'm with Becky. I would say about
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah. I'm with you. That number seems to be in my head. Like, I think if you can last a half a year with somebody and still not labeled yourselves as a relationship, but then it all kind of comes down to me, maybe for you too as well, Deana. Is this a soul, like is this just me and her dating, you and him dating, not dating anyone else in between? You know what I'm saying? Because that makes a difference to me. It's
I
like,
mean, when
okay,
do it become inclusive?
I would
include,
I,
yeah.
I would hope by 6 months you've become inclusive.
I hope so too. Jesus
You'd have to have that conversation.
Yeah. I think 6 months for me, I think is a good number, and that's quite a few dates too, especially if you go on 2 dates a month or 3 dates a month. I think by then you should be able to label yourselves in a relationship. But I mean, if it goes past 6 months, are you somewhat trying to figure out what the hell this is, Deana, with someone?
Probably.
Yeah.
Like, again, that lots of conversation.
Yeah.
Communication is important.
Yeah. I mean, for me too, I was thinking about, I mean, if you haven't labeled yourself after 6 months as a couple or in a relationship, whatever way you want to say it. And I think even as a guy, I'd be like, okay, where are we going with this? And my eye may start wandering, trying to figure out, am I in a relationship? Are we a couple? Are we not a couple?
I'm still laughing at what is a buckle whore, Jennifer?
A buckle whore.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I'm reading the comments. I'm going, I'm a buckle whore and still made it happen.
Oh, no, she likes buckles, probably rodeo buckles. Maybe Jennifer will clear it up. Jen will clear it up. But I think she's talking about Buckles, or Buckles, the jean brand. I don't know. She may be talking about Buckles, the jeans. Those are expensive jeans.
Explain some items. Yeah. I'm not sure, because Becky said I would say 6 months plus for Brucey, but I read it as Bruckle because my glasses are dirty.
Jennifer, you drinking, Jen? Yeah, you drinking. But yeah, I know. Maybe she's talking about Buckles.
Yeah, put out until there's a ring on her finger.
Yeah, Buckles. She may be talking about cowboy buckles or Buckles the jeans. She might be talking about the jeans.
Could be a slang.
Maybe she's saying Brucey, but it says Bruckle because
I had to eat a sugar donut. On average, people agree it takes around 7 dates before couples would classify themselves in a relationship. 7 dates.
Yeah, I went 12, so
yeah.
How often were those 12 dates? Just curious.
Thank you. That's what I'm thinking. Were they fucking one day after the other? Or what are we talking about here? I think even just 7 dates. So if you went out,
it could be 6 months, even if you just do two dates a month or something.
If you did 2 a month, it'd be 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah. But who the fuck goes on 2 dates? If you're starting a relationship, who goes on 2 dates a month? It's like that. There's this old saying, like, oh, what is it? And they use it on TV all the time. Where they ask the guy, does she have stuff at your house? Does she have toothbrush? Yeah, does she have a toothbrush? Does she have tampons there? Does she have a set of her underwear there? And that's like the guy's way of saying yes. Seinfeld, right? Gina Seinfeld.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. She's slowly migrating her things into your house.
So if you have those things already in your, so if you're, let's not call it, you're not sure if you're in a relationship, guys, but we're going to stick to Seinfeld's theory. If she has already a toothbrush at your house, and you have tampons at your house, and you have her underwear at your house, and she has a whole drawer full of her clothes already, Jennifer, Deana, what is this guy in?
He's in a committed relationship. I
mean, that's. I know that doesn't apply to a lot of people on dating, because that's not, that doesn't happen very often. But I think even like 7 dates, and
7 dates is a lot of dates.
It is a lot of dates. Now, are those
you've had 5 or 6 to decide if this is a free meal ticket,
Right,
literally, for dinners.
Let's put it this way too. Is the date implied on Friday and Saturday of each week? That's another thing. I mean, do you feel like I got to ask her out this Friday? I got to ask her out next Friday. I got to ask her out the Friday after that. I got to ask her out maybe Saturday. You know what I mean? If the date is implied every week, 7, that's only a month and a half.
Are we really implying a date? Hey, we're going on Fridays, every Friday until you're sick of me. That's
Well, I mean, that's what
that's
it's
where we're at as a
yeah.
society. That's kind of
Yeah.
that's
So
kind of
so
sad. That's kind of sad.
so
Three
yeah,
carrots,
interesting.
damn it, girl.
When's it become like automatic? You know,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, when the date is implied that date is you're going to have a date with that person every week, then I think, yeah, buddy, maybe it's time to look in the mirror because I think you're in a relationship. Because if you don't call her, let's say you go out with her on Friday night, and then the week goes by, and you don't go out with her that following weekend, if she's pissed off at you, then what happens then? Is the relationship now not going to be a relationship? You're not a couple. So it's
after 7 dates, if on the 8th Friday you're like, and he like ghosts you, I'd be like, yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem.
Yeah. A fifth, 21.3% were happy to use the label just after 2 dates. Now these people need to be fucking tested. These people need to be tested.
After 2? After 2?
We're happy to use a label after 2 dates. 2 fucking dates. Now, okay, I'm not going to pretend, and I get shit for this because they say it's not destiny, it's lust, whatever, fuckers out there. I get it. There are situations where things just fucking click. I mean, everything just lines up, you and her. I can see that, but still, that's false hope. Fucking 2 dates.
Yeah, agreed.
But I'm not questioning the fact that yes, you can be what's the word, love struck. Yes, okay, whatever you want to call it. Yes, I know that can happen.
Simp.
You can be,
and I'm not going to pretend to. I mean, I'll be honest.
And enamored.
Everybody knows my story with how I met my wife, Katrina. You know, I opened that
TV series called that, John.
Yeah, I was having a huge fucking party. We had over 200 people in this house, fucking 2 keggers, fucking just a blast. And I opened the front door and I was trying to see I was letting some people in, and she was walking up the driveway, and I looked at all my buddies and I said dibs. And that was it. I was love struck. I saw Katrina and I was just blonde hair, blue eyed. She looked like Farrah Fawcett. I was like, dibs. There was no ands, ifs, or buts about it. And if she were still alive, she would tell you after the 3rd date, I told her I loved her. I was just that fucking love struck. I was just fucking boom. I was done. If she hit me, it was like I got hit with a board, just fucking bam, done. So that's never happened again though. But yeah, I get that. I mean, it can happen, but I don't think you label it though. I mean, that could happen, right, Deana? You could be love struck. You can feel like it's destiny or fate or whatever you want to call it, but just maybe don't label it, because now you're kind of putting that pressure on maybe she doesn't feel that way, you know?
It's like they say, if you name it, then you're stuck with it.
It never goes away.
And then it never goes away.
You have to get divorce papers done. You got to do all kinds of shit. 21%. Are you surprised by it? It was even that high at 21%, Bruce. That think 2 dates is enough to label. There's just no way.
Stupid people out there.
And I want to know, okay, this is what I want to know about that 21%, Deana. You ready? Did that 21% do it on the first night, because I think that makes I don't want to say, God, I'm going to get in so much trouble for this one. I don't want to say that it makes a difference, but it can in a way. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how to say this without fucking pissing off like a whole bunch of people out there, but do you feel that would you like to know? Wouldn't you like to know of that 21%, how many actually got it on date number one?
Me, John. Me. No, I'm just kidding.
Me, right here.
No, I would honestly like to know what the demographic is for people that got it on the first date from that 21%, and B, how many of those people are from Florida?
Florida? Are they old people in the fucking old folks home? We're a couple
I'm not.
now.
They don't just have to be old people. Did you see the double rainbow guy?
Yeah. Because that even that number being that, it almost feels like that's a teenage number. Is that what you're trying to get at it with? Like that was like something that was like a high school moment. Like, hey, 2 dates. Oh, we're coupled. Let's tell everybody at school. Let's start holding hands and walking down the hallway.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of variables.
Brucey, have you ever been on a second date and thought, shit, I need to marry this girl? No. We're a couple.
Never.
While 35% said they would need 4 dates before feeling that way. Even 4 is not enough. That's even if you just do 2 dates a month, that's 2 months. And I get it.
Still single after 11 years. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, thank you. I mean, even that number is very surprising for 4 dates. But I'm not going to pretend like there aren't things going on during the week to keep that relationship going, right? I mean, there's phone calls. There may be some pop-ins, stuff like that. But because pop-ins, I don't consider a date. Like if she just comes over one day, that's not a date. I don't consider that a date. But
what?
Go ahead, pop in her.
Why is she popping in?
She's checking up on your ass.
She's checking up on your ass after how many days?
1. No,
after
2.
1.
2 dates. Yeah, 2. Yeah.
That
pop-ins. I don't mind a pop-in.
No.
I don't mind if she's like in that area.
Just checking to see if you have company, John.
Yeah, the pop-in it could lead to sex. So the pop-in works. I'm fine with the pop-in.
They're just checking up on you.
Hey, you want to check out my bedroom?
You want to check out my moist?
Well, you go. The pop-in goes, hey, you want to check out the house? I'll show you the house, and you wait. The bedroom's the last one. The master bedroom's the last one. And then you just kind of this is the kitchen, this is the dining room, this is the living room, bathroom.
They're wanting that, John. You're not getting out of the living room.
I'm not getting out of the living room. I'm taking
in the living room. Then.
Oh my God. Taking 7 dates as an overall average, the data found that typical couples will spend $701.96 together before classifying themselves as being in a relationship. That assuming that all 7 dates required payment. That makes it sound kind of. However, some may opt for free things to do, such as walks in a park. So on average, if you were to go on 7 dates, whether they're all, let's just say they were all money dates, it would probably average out to about $701. So they're actually putting a number to what you should consider to be a couple. That's kind of sick.
That is an interesting matrix.
But Deana, I can remember doing a show, and I don't remember if you were on the show, but I know Bruce was on there. But we actually talked about a woman that had a total that had to be met. Remember that? Mm-hmm. Bruce, you remember that?
Yep.
That she had a number in her head, and you had to achieve that number to get to her to sleep with you.
She had a buy-in.
Yeah, she had a buy-in. That does sound vaguely familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember we did that story. I remember that. Can you imagine being that guy? It's like, fuck, man, where am I at? Where am I at? Where am I at? Every time he goes out on a date, he's got to go, okay, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. And how fucked up would that be when you achieve that number? And she goes, you know what?
Whip it out on the spreadsheet to prove it to her.
Let's just be friends.
Can we just, I think we should just be friends. No, but I want a refund. I want a refund. Oh, man. Meet the rate. Oh, where was I? All right, I was at the part. In today's economy climate, the cost of dating only adds to the pressure already on singles and to meet the right person and make a good impression. Separate from this survey, a previous study from Match.com found that singles in America spend $117 and $117.4 billion on dating every year, 40% higher than a decade ago. That's insane.
40%. 40%.
Yeah, it's high. It's 40% higher than it was a decade ago. So less than 10 years ago, it's 40% higher.
Yeah.
Hey, Biden. Thank you, Biden. Thank you, Biden, for making everything.
Price of everything, inflation.
That's crazy. 73.9% think that dating is too expensive in 2024. Deana, do you fall into that 73%?
Yeah.
Brucey, do you fall into that 73%?
Oh yeah.
It's expensive, man. It is really expensive to
where cheaper than a date.
Yeah, but dates. Golf's not going to keep you warm at night, Bruce.
Huh?
Golf's not going to keep you warm at night.
I got blankets and a bit of bedspread for that.
Yeah, it's not going to keep you warm at night.
Put those little wormy footy things next to you.
Keeping warm at night has never been an issue.
And keep in mind that all the clubs are made out of iron and stuff, so that's kind of cold during the winter, man.
Graphite.
Graphite. I mean, again, it doesn't have to be an expensive date. Dana's brought that up, a nice walk in the park, but again, not on a first date. A first date should be something you're trying to impress her. You're trying to make it memorable. Women love having stories and memorable things, in their lives. So if they can look, am I right, Deana? You like to have that memory of a great fucking date.
Yeah, when you chased her down the trail with a knife,
come here, baby. I got something for you. This is where my Uncle Bob met his wife. No, I mean, you want it to be memorable. You want her to feel special. And that's the whole part of trying to get a second date, is making sure she feels, number one, which is the most important, safe. A woman should feel safe on a fucking date. I'll give you that,
Yes.
So taking her to the fucking taco trucks in the worst part of fucking town is probably not a good idea.
Well, you got all the homeless at the park, John. So that ain't safe either.
No. Yeah, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be bling 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 like we talked about before. But just make her feel safe, comfortable, and make it something memorable. It doesn't have to be. So I've even heard guys say that they just to make her smile, they would tell the waiter or the waitress that it's her birthday. So they would come and sing happy birthday to her, dude. And it's not her birthday, but she got a kick out of it. I'm going to try that one of these days, because I think that's just fucking funny. But she get a free dessert out of it too. So
I would hate that.
Sounds like something from a movie.
I do that. So fun. 67.9% admit to feeling stress about finances when organizing a date. I think that's all of us. I think that's, us looking at our checkbook and going, okay, where can I go on this date? And I got $40. What am I going?
I'm going to White Hen. Oh wait, that's gone too.
And I mean, even if you're stressed for money, and again, you have to be very comfortable in this situation. With this person that I'm going to bring up, but cook for her. A first date, maybe that's a little bit difficult, trying to get someone to come to your home, but it's a great second or third date. What? Bruce, you got to get creative, Brucey. I'm
No,
just,
I
I'm
said
just
getting
saying.
somebody to come to my house on a first date is not.
No, yeah, on the first date, no. Yeah, exactly.
It's not difficult, John.
Well, I know plenty of fish girls too. There, plenty of fish girls don't count. But
And I've cooked for a lot of gals.
yeah, cook for her, man. If you're on a budget and you know it
isn't
will
that?
be cheaper.
It's just the fun of it because a
Yeah,
lot of them
it's
like
fun. You
to
can
be
cook
have
together.
a lot of them enjoy cooking together or having you cook for them.
Mhm.
They get a kick out of it that you
Yeah,
can actually manage a kitchen
yeah.
and put
It
together a
shows that
meal.
you have some domestic skills. I mean, and a woman wants that. You know, a woman doesn't want to have to cook dinner every fucking night. If she feels her man is adequate enough to make a meal, a full dinner, that's a turn on. That's a turn on. Seeing Brucey in his little fucking apron that says I'm whatever and I love cooking or something.
Kiss the chef.
Just kiss the chef. 60.2% have argued with their dates about who pays the bill. And I think that's come down to that old, because we have this argument all the time where we like, hey, the guy, me and you, bros, we should pay the bill. The guy should pay the bill. And there are some women that are out there that I think just want to have the argument. What do you think, Bruce? Because they're not going to pay the bill.
You better be paying.
Yeah. Deana, have you ever argued with someone when they were trying to pay the bill?
I've tried. I failed. But yes.
Yeah. You think that number's pretty accurate then? 60% of them? Yeah.
Probably. It's probably higher than that.
Yeah. I think that social media and other outlets that are out there, I think have put that in their head to have that argument. Like, more women want, to go Dutch, or more women want it. No, it's not. None that I ran into. Bruce has said it himself. Very few, seldom do they, say they want to pay the bill. And I'm not going to let you anyway. I asked you out. So I'm going to suggest that, it's who asked. Did you ask me out? If you asked me out, yeah, I would expect you to pay,
Well, and if we go someplace else, then I'll say, well, you can buy the first round. And I'll let her buy the first round of drinks. We, go to a bar or something after dinner or something like that. So
yeah. I mean, pay the tip. Hey, if it makes you feel a little better, hey, there's, it's a 60, it was $100 dinner, 12% tip, put it down there, and I'm be more than happy with that, more than 7 in 10, 71.8% said they were more likely to match with someone who has signs of wealth on their dating profile. Deana, you want to touch on that one?
I don't want no scrub. Scrub is the guy that ain't no love from me.
Deana, were you surprised? Oh, well, I didn't read the whole thing, but it goes into really deep. 83% of U.S. adults in the survey admitted to judging potential partners by their salaries. Do you find that? Let me ask you the question. Deana, were you surprised to see that 82.3% admitted to judging potential partners by their salary?
Am I surprised that 82% admitted to that? Yes. Because they admitted to that. However, 100% of us don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy that can't get
but how do you come to that scrub when you're just looking at a picture and a few things that he wrote down on a profile?
You get to the second date.
Bruce,
seventh. Yeah. The second, not the seventh.
Yeah.
The second.
Go ahead. Yeah. Do you feel, Bruce, that's how you are judged when someone swipes right on your profile?
To avoid that, I don't include that.
You don't include it. But you do have retired?
Mm-hmm.
Does yours say retired on there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I don't say anything about. You see a lot of where the financially secure and all. And I don't put that because I'm not shopping for the gold digger.
Yeah. That's
Makes sense.
Bruce is singing, "I don't want no gold digger."
So I mean, they want to find out. Let's go
Yeah,
out on a date, but
yeah.
based off
No,
the profile of my advertising and I'm rich and all that crap, no.
yeah, because some of them do got like we'll get into all that too.
Well, you
Like
get the scammers too. So
you got the guy that's taking the pictures in the Corvette and the front of his house, and it goes into it right here. So
yeah, I don't do auto pics or any of that crap.
yeah,
I do very neutral photographs.
yeah. More than 7 in 10, I said 71.8% said they are more likely to match with someone who has a sign of wealth on their dating profile. 1 in 5, 20% say it would be a turnoff, while 8% say it wouldn't sway them either way.
Bullshit.
So what's yeah.
Yeah. How many percent are liars? What was that you said?
Yeah, exactly. So what stands out on profiles? Match who shows themselves visiting lavish international destinations such as destinations such as Paris or Dubai were most likely to catch the eye of 37.7%. So yeah, I mean, if you're a world traveler, someone like you, Bruce, I mean, you did a lot of traveling before COVID. So you would but you didn't post that stuff. You didn't like post that, hey, I'm in the Caribbeans, or hey, I'm here, I'm in Hawaii. You didn't put those types of pictures even on your profile, right? On your dating app.
No, and there are a lot of women that do that, like they're on a African safari, or they're in Egypt by a pyramid, or they're over here and they got like a Louis Vuitton bag or something like that, and it's like, and I see those pictures, and I swipe left because it's like,
that's going to be expensive.
It's going to be expensive.
Date.
So sorry, yeah.
As
World
well as
traveler, I've been to 30 different continents. It's like, yes, nope.
Good
I don't care how big you are. Nope.
Good for you. 37.7% as well as those who appear to dine at expensive restaurants at 36.3%, and wearing luxury fashion brands 35%. So that's what stands out to the woman on the dating site or the guy. I mean, there might be some guys that are looking for that as well. Is she, does she dress nice? Where is she liked? Maybe that's your lifestyle, and that's nothing wrong with that. I mean, if the guy, that's his lifestyle, and he likes expensive restaurants and traveling, and he wants to find someone like that, then he should probably look for those types of girls or women, because he's probably not going to want someone that's going to go, well, I can't go to Dubai this summer because I can't afford it. You know what I mean? So I get that. I guess it works both ways, right?
Yeah, I'm not into high maintenance, so.
Well, yeah, no, but I'm just saying there are guys that that don't want to eat at Denny's, that want to eat at nicer restaurants. They like to travel.
That's the high maintenance guy.
Yeah, and of course he's going to want someone that can actually match that type of lifestyle. Otherwise, he's probably more than likely going to be bored, right?
Or maxed out his credit card and tapped his house. Yeah.
Here we go. The old one. This is the old one. Who should pay for the first date? To round out the research, participants were asked the age-old question: who should pay for the first date? The study did not focus on gender roles, as often dating experts and polls constantly suggest that the heterosexual relationship should pay for the first date. This survey instead focused on finances, just finances. So more than 2 in 5, 44.1% believe that whomever earns more should pay for the first date. Are you cool with that?
What, are you doing a survey before you have the first date?
That's what I was saying.
Have that information? That's kind of.
How do you know that she makes or he makes more money?
Maybe she's a sugar mama. You don't know.
It's shocking that 2 in 5 said.
That's a ridiculous number.
Yeah, 2 in 5
I have to
said.
fix my lighting. So time out.
Oh, darkness, my old friend. Picture
And now
lighting.
it's happening again.
Did you?
Yep.
All right. Hey, Bruce,
Just gotta bring your W-2 to the date and compare
that's
them.
what I'm saying. How do you fucking know someone makes more money than you do? And why would that person be the one that should pay for the dinner?
Most people are gonna lie about what they're making anyways. So
That is true too. So they're gonna, I mean, it's just like I can't even see like a woman or even a guy saying, "Oh, well, you make more money, you should pay for this date at the table." That's just not gonna happen. And we've talked about this and before, plenty of fucking times. But I think that should be a question that is asked prior to the date.
what is the new world, John? So the new world is cockeyed.
No, I know, but I don't you feel that should be a question that's brought up before the date? Like if you're making this date with this girl, right, and you got the date all set, and you're texting her back and forth, or you're talking on the phone with her, hey, we're gonna go blah blah blah. This is the date. I'm gonna pick you up at 7. Blah blah blah. We're gonna go eat here. Would it just avoid that whole scenario at the end of the night after you're done eating when the check does come? Is just to suggest that, hey, I asked you out. I don't know where you stand on this issue, but I asked you out. I feel like I should pay for this date. And then
I'm not asking. I don't even ask.
I know.
Yeah.
But to avoid that argument or that back and forth with grabbing the check,
I'm not going to argue about it. I'm grabbing the check and it's done. It's a stupid argument at the table.
Yeah, I know. But do you? I know you don't. You're like that. But I'm saying, do you feel that could end that whole scenario?
If she's going to argue about the check, they ain't going to be a second date anyways. So.
Yeah, there's probably not a second date. But I think it would help if the guy who did most likely asked for the date in the first place were to go down that road. Hey, look, I'm picking you up at 7. We're going to this restaurant. I asked you out. I don't know where you stand on this, but I know I asked you out. I would like to pay for this date. And then if she goes, well, no, I want to go Dutch, then that argument is over. When that check comes.
To me, it's just not being a man. If you got to get to that point and ask and explain all that crap, then your masculinity shot out the window already.
Yeah, you do, but obviously that's not.
I'm just not that PC. I'm old school. So if I ask a gal out and there's an argument about the check, then there's not going to be a second date.
Right. But you don't fall into that because that number is pretty high, Bruce. We went through it. 60% of the people haven't argued. 60% have argued with their date about who pays the bill. So I know you don't fall into that part. You're that 40% that don't care. But there's 60% of the people who are having this argument at the table.
A bunch of simp dudes, man. Get over here, get your masculine, get your huevos back, boys.
Yeah.
You gave them up. You checking your huevos someplace, but don't check them at the table.
Yeah. I will ask Deana the same question. Do you think it would make a difference if, you're probably talking, you set up the date, you're probably talking during the week before the date comes, and the guy calls you, says, hey, I'm going to pick you up at 7. We're going here to eat. I don't know how you feel about this. I asked you out. I should pay for the dinner. And if she says, you know what? No, I'm going to go Dutch. It ends that whole argument. So do you feel like that should be something that is discussed prior to that date taking place?
Going Dutch?
No. Yeah. Or she goes, no, I want to pay, or you know what I'm saying? I think we should go Dutch, whatever. But do you feel that should be planned out before the date happens?
No.
You wouldn't.
Why does that need to be planned out in advance?
Because obviously it should. When 60% of the people are arguing at the table because someone's fighting on who should pay the check.
Well, 60% of the people need to fucking put their huevos back in check.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out a way to lower that
down as a sticker because that's going on the website.
Yeah. I'm just
huevos at the table.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out a way to lower that 60% is what I'm trying to get at. Because
I think it's because a lot of the modern women think it's something that they should argue about. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just insane that that's
Yeah.
even an
I can't
argument.
imagine many guys bringing it up.
No,
It's like,
no.
you know, so I'm thinking, and I hate to say it, but I'm thinking is leaning on the modern woman on the date,
Yeah.
going, I'm
Well, obviously,
I'm a
what
feminist. You should ask these questions before
well,
we do the date or something like
I'm
that.
looking at these numbers, and that's what's kind of freaking me out because if you have 60% arguing for the check at the end, plus now you have a number of 44.4% that are having an argument that whoever makes the most money should pay it. There's some misleading information that's out there for couples when it comes to who pays the bill. And when you start seeing these numbers, that to me is like, what the fuck is going on? Because
there's a huge disconnect.
yeah, there's a
Mhm.
huge disconnect. And while over a third, 35% prefer to split equally, the remaining fifth, 20% felt that the payment was down to whoever organized and suggested the date in the first place.
Old school.
Yeah, that's even one that's comes up from time to time, where it's like, oh well, you asked me out, you should pay for this meal. I don't even know how you go about that. Yeah, that's a scary argument all on its own for itself. A licensed professional clinic counselor, sexologist, and Forbes Health Advisor board member adds that more singles are forget it. Their mental health and feeling more empowered to foster the love they desire. In fact, 64% of individuals claim to be actively dating. That's pretty good. 64%. That's not bad. Why are our odds so shitty, Bruce? You got 64% of the people saying they're out there dating. They're actively dating. Nearly
Maybe
30.
some of us don't want to actively be
Yeah.
dating.
Nearly 36% responded reported to not be actively dating, according to the results from Forbes Health One poll survey, which could point out a pattern of focus on oneself instead of others. So, question, Deana, is this a good thing? Right? Most people should be focusing on what they need from a relationship and not so much what others feel they should be looking for in a relationship. Because
Yes,
I think we run
absolutely.
into it. Yeah. We have everybody has that one friend where it's like, oh, that's not a relationship. You're not doing this and that and this. Well, every relationship is fucking different. And everything. Yeah. Do you have those friends, Deana? Well, he didn't do this for you yet. So, it's really not a relationship.
That would require me to have friends.
All right, here I gotta hit Deana with
But
this question. I'm gonna hit Deana with this question, Bruce. Ready? Deana, you bring him home to your house and the fucking dogs hate him. Do you break up with him?
Yep.
Seriously? Seriously? Yeah.
Yep. My dogs don't like it. My dogs are the sweetest, most accepting dogs in the whole world. The only reason they'll bark at you or be aggressive is because you didn't pay attention to them. So if they don't like you out the gate, there's something wrong with you.
Hey, I'm going to tell all Deana's dates to make sure they got bacon in their pockets when they come over.
Bring treats.
Additionally, with current dating landscape focus more on feeling empowered to choose choices in your best interest. Rufus Tony Spana, PhD. He's a PhD, so that means he knows shit. A certified sex therapist and Forbes Health Advisory Board member believes the trends is leaning more towards dating a number of individuals at once rather than putting all your attention on one potential partner. Bruce, yeah, I knew I'd get a fucking thumbs up from Bruce on that one.
I gotta get more pizza for this.
Here's my question to Bruce. I already wrote it down. Bruce, is this right down your alley when it comes to dating? But do you feel this is more about quantity than quality for women in the dating world?
I think it's just more choice, and of seeing what's out there and what is relationship material.
Who do you think is doing more of this? Do you think it's the
The women.
guy dating more women or the women dating more guys?
I think it's the women.
I think it's the women.
Yeah, I think they just have more choice selection.
They have they got the 10-1 or 7-1 when it comes to the dating apps.
Yeah.
Deana, do you feel this is more of an advantage for women, being that there are more guys swiping right to date them?
No.
No,
I do not.
no. I mean, do you
She's lying.
if you want it?
Lying,
she's
no.
lying. She's smiling while she's saying no.
lying.
So it's kind of hard to it's kind of hard to believe her. I mean, I get why it's done. I get that, a woman dating several men. I mean, it gives her options, choices. Some guys, remember there's that old thing where
she doesn't have to pay for things. She's whining and
well,
dying
yeah, no, well,
everywhere.
there was this thing many years ago that I remember reading an article, and it was probably like 25, 30 years ago. I remember reading this article, and this woman was doing this. She had like 4 or 5 different guys that she dated. I don't know if it was that high. It might have been 3, but she dated each one because each one had a trait that she enjoyed. Not all 3 had all the 3 same things. So like, she really enjoyed the fun and with the one guy because he was a little bit younger. The other guy was more educated, so she loved the conversations that he had with this individual. And the other guy did something else.
Hung.
The third guy was hung like a fucking horse, and but you don't think it's an advantage for you guys having the access that you have with dating apps and having 6, 7, 8 guys to one woman and being able to date multiple guys during the month? Deana.
Sorry, breadstick. No, because 12 or 14 of the guys that hit you up that week on the dating app are freaking disgusting.
Okay, that's fine. But 4 of them are great. Do you decide to date all 4 or you try to just pick one?
I guess maybe I would try to pick one and cross my freaking fingers. I don't know, John. I've lost a lot of hope in the human race.
Yeah. Well, a lot of women choose to date the 3 or 4, so keep that in mind. And I don't blame them, man. I don't blame them. I really don't. I mean, if you can do it and date 2 or 3 women at one time, or 2 or 3 guys at one time, and you get a choice to try to figure out where you want to go with each one of those relationships and break one off every now and then, like, okay, this is not working, and then single it down to one. But do you think this is more of guys like me and Bruce, or women like me and Bruce, that have been married a long time, that have been in and out of relationships, that really doesn't want to be in a relationship but feels like the field is open, I might as well play that field?
Women like you and Bruce?
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying. There's women out there that have been married twice, they're divorced, they're going through the same thing me and Bruce are. We've been married, we've been down that road, we've taken out the garbage, we haven't taken out the garbage, we've done all that stuff. We're in the situation where, hey, if I can get 2 women to date me in a month, then I'm all for that, because I'm not really looking to be relationship guy.
I feel like that's more of a guy thing than a girl thing. Girls are not, hey, let me jam down on. That's just not girls.
All right. I believe you. Brucey, you believe that?
Mm-mm.
No, Brucey doesn't. Brucey doesn't. Brucey thinks you're way off on that.
Now with my experience on the dating sites, no.
Data from 2022. Pew. The Pew resource, a research center surveyed an online dating support. Dr. Spans insight, while 44% of respondents reported meeting a long-term partner or spouse was a major motivator to online dating. That's a pretty good number, wouldn't you say? That there's actually 44% of the people out there on dating apps are actually looking for a relationship. That's not a bad number, Deana.
I guess. I mean, I used to live next to somebody that had met his wife on, I think it was Match.com. And it took me years and years to consider the idea to look for a date on Match.com. And before I could even complete my own profile, this person was divorced. So,
hey, you wouldn't have had far to move. Right? Bruce, are you surprised? Yeah.
No. That's go ahead.
No comment.
No comment.
Are you surprised by that number being even that high? 44% are actually looking for a relationship.
Looking
long term
or found?
No. They're saying 44% of respondent reported meeting a long-term partner or spouse was a major motivator to online dating.
Oh yeah, I would think that they can say that that's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
You can say that all day.
It's just a questionnaire. Just check the box, whichever box you want to check.
I'm thinking they're lying, but yeah, sure.
Yeah. 40% said dating casual. So dating casual was their motivation to be in online dating. Deana, are you surprised by that number at all?
Not at all.
You should
Nope.
be. You're thinking it should be a lot higher.
Yeah, it should. Match.com. I want to meet my forever. I want to bone my for.
I think you just go. I hate saying this because I don't want to label the apps, because I think they're already been labeled. So you know the app that you're going to go to get laid. You know the app that you're going to try to meet someone. Correct, Bruce?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, I mean,
right?
you know the app's reputation.
Yeah, you know which ones are the hookup apps, and you know which ones are the relationship apps. So you're not going to Christian Mingles to try to find someone that you're going to bang that night. It's just not. Then again, I don't know. I don't know. Hi, Deb. Yeah, I don't. I mean, from what I understand, when you say when someone brings up an app, it always seems like that app's already been labeled. Like, oh yeah, that's a hookup app. Like that's the first thing that comes out of their mouth. Like you'll say a name of an app, and the person goes, "Yeah, that's a great hookup app." Okay, thanks. But yeah. Said casual dating. 24% named casual sex as their main focus. 24% said casual sex was their motivation.
Liars.
Yep.
Should that number be higher? Both of you are saying it should be higher.
How high?
How high from 24%?
34% higher.
10% higher. So you're saying it should be at least 10%.
I said
80%.
34%.
80%.
I said 30.
Why are you on these sites if you ain't looking for sex? 80%.
I'm more inclined to go with what Deana said, like maybe 10 or 15 or 20, but fucking Bruce just goes straight to 80. 80%.
34%. 34.
Liars.
Results from Forbes Health One poll survey, which polled 5,000. They polled 5,000 people, Americans actually.
How come we never got any of these polls, John?
You can actually. I'll send it to you because you can actually register for these polls.
This is what worries me. Is these
no. You can actually
on these polls.
Forbes website. You can actually go and register for these health polls, and they're not always about.
They're not always about sex. These people sign up for these polls, right? It means they have no freaking life, right?
You never know.
Bruce wants to be on the polls.
No, thanks.
I would be on the polls too.
All right. Let me get this one out real quick because we need to jump. We need to jump in. We need to jump into Deana's thing here. So let me get this done real quick
Do
here.
we need to? Do we really have to?
Hey, you put it up there, it goes on the show. I wrote it up there. It shows that nearly 60% of Americans feel either very or somewhat positive about dating. 60% of Americans. You feel that's pretty good? Is that high or fake? Bullshit. 60% of Americans feel either very or somewhat positive about dating.
I feel like that's 10% hopeful.
Yeah, 10% hopeful. You think it's that low? Jesus Christ.
Liars.
No,
Liars.
I'm saying 50% of that might be accurate, but 10%
Oh, 50
of that is
is
hopeful.
bullshit. Is bullshit. Yeah. Some 23% feel indifferent to dating, with just over 13% reporting negative feelings towards it. What's more, men appear to have more positive sentiments, 68% compared to women at 55.
Oh, do they?
Dun, dun,
Do they
dun,
really?
dun, 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 dun. We want a poll, Brucey. Do you feel, Bruce, are you surprised to see that men being more positive when it comes to their dating experience, or are we just happy that someone wants to spend some time with us?
I think they're just get excited when they get a hit, you know. After the 300 swipe, they get a one response back, right?
I can see Bruce's thing goes ding, and Bruce goes, yes, yeah.
Half the time I didn't even notice that I got a response.
My precious.
So now I'm not on any of them, so I don't get any responses. So yeah.
Deana, your thoughts on seeing 55% of women found dating to be positive?
55%?
Yeah, 55%.
Wow, that is a surprising number.
Mhm.
On the first date? On the first
No,
date?
this dating in general as a whole.
Just dating in general, or finding dating in general are they psychotic? You must be crazy. You want to continue dating? That's what I'm hearing right now, right?
Yeah, they're saying they've had positive experience, sentiments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Real quick here. When asked what's most important when meeting someone for the first date, 50% of Forbes Health Poll One poll respondent claims both looks and personality were equally important. Deana, how accurate do you feel that statement is? And which of the two would you say is more important to you when meeting someone for the first time?
I would say that's 1,000% accurate, and I'm gonna say personality is more important. However, looks are helpful.
Looks help. I mean, look, we're not being
smile. Nice
anyone that says that you being shallow is bullshit. I mean, you don't fucking you got to be somewhat attracted to the person, or why even continue? You know. I love you, but man, you're one ugly motherfucker, man. But we'll stay together. We'll stay together.
We'll stay friends.
Same question for you, Bruce. How accurate do you think that statement is? And would you say which one of the two would you say is more important to you, personality or looks?
I think it's 60-40.
60-40.
Yep, looks is what's going to get your attention first. Right. It's not going to be, oh wow, an amazing personality. I can't see her.
Yeah, you can't see a personality. You can't see a personality from across the room. You don't see a personality from across the room.
Yeah.
You have to.
That is not going to get your attention, right?
Her looks or his looks drew you or her to him. I mean, let's be honest. That's the reason you made that move. You're not making that move if you don't feel some sort of what do we call it? Some sort of attraction, or you know, if you're too negative and positive and a negative magnet, you know what happens. I mean,
I've met beautiful gals that got my attention, but as soon as you started to talk to
the personality,
the personality came out, and it's like, okay.
And then Bruce goes, Deana, well, she's still so hot, but I can't stand it when she talks. But you know what the hell? It's just one night.
But just
can't stand you.
Gave her toothbrushes on her way out, you know. But you know,
maybe I'll just see this one time. Hey, he's a
Take
great.
one for the team. Somebody's got to take one for the team.
I hate going. Deana and myself were, and you too, Bruce. I think you're a big Seinfeld fan too. But when he dates, what's her name, and she's just this dumb fucking chick, and his personalities are playing chess, and it's his.
His penis over his brain playing chess.
Yeah. That's the battle. Not everyone surveyed prized personality so highly, though. Nearly 13% of respondents were more concerned with looks. Looks were also slightly more important to men, with personality being slightly more important to women.
Shocker.
Do you feel that that last sentence that I read, where it says with personality being slightly more important to women, and you said personality is very important to you, so
yeah, she leaves it 50-50. Guys are more, 60.
Well, I think for us, yeah. Go ahead, Deana.
Guys are more think with your penis. That's why.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
It's eye candy, and then here's the thing, though. In the long term, that goes away.
Yeah. Do you feel that guys
he goes away?
Because this is a tough question to ask, and it's not a fair question, but do you feel guys are more likely to deal with a shitty ass personality because she's so hot, or do you think women are more likely to deal with he's so fucking hot, but God, his personality just sucks?
Well, yeah, they love the bad boy.
Yeah. I know it's tough to answer that because everybody's different, but like for you though, what would you say you feel? Do you feel the guy is more likely to deal with it a little bit more because he's going to get laid, or do you think it's the woman that she would deal with the bad personality more because he's super hot?
That's really hard to say.
It's hard
of battered ladies. Battered ladies will deal with a handsome man that's an absolute piece of shit that treats her like garbage because he's handsome and because he's controlling and blah blah. That sounds like research I need to do for the next episode. Tune in next time
for personality traits.
I would thinking there's more women chasing bad boys than there is guys chasing bad girls.
You do. So you don't think you would deal personally yourself? Do you think you would deal with a shitty personality because she's a 10?
No.
Do you think there are more guys out there thinking that way, or do you think it's the other way around where a guy's like, fuck, she's a 10, but dude, she's her personality sucks, she's rude, she's disrespectful to people, staff, restaurants, family?
I don't think most guys would put up with that very long.
We could do this. What are we at? Okay. In recent years, dating has turned more digital. Nearly 45% of surveys responded reported online dating apps to be the place where to meet people today, making it the most popular spot. This is followed by 33% meeting through a friend, nearly 32% at concerts. Yes, I love concerts. I love meeting people at concerts. That to me is like right here. Concert meetings I enjoy more because I already know that she likes the same music, and it's like a really important thing for me. So if she's at a concert and I meet her at a concert, she's gonna get like bonus points, unless she's just there because she didn't even know who the band was. That's different. Festivals and there's some girls that are like that. Oh yeah, I just hear, I don't know who this band is, and almost 27% said it was on social media. Some of the least reported spots to meeting someone to date, including bars, almost 20%. Still meeting people at bars, Bruce. Are you shocked by that? Huh? Yeah. Are you surprised by that number?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
It's the ass out. That's why.
Yeah, I thought that number would I'm thinking maybe that number is dwindling down. It was probably higher, say maybe 10 years ago. Do you think that? Or maybe even less than, yeah. Grocery stores. Grocery stores. Yeah. Over 9% are still hooking up at a grocery store.
What percent?
9.
That's pretty slim.
Wow.
With public transportation falling in at 5%. Hey, I met you at the BART station, baby. Wait, girl, where you heading?
Or the airplane.
On purpose.
I'm not going nowhere. I just stand here to meet women at the BART station. Online dining is most popular for ages 18 to 58. 18 to 58. Dating apps, right up there. However,
I'm officially out of it.
However, I would think online would be the highest. It's still the highest. Hey, Carlos, it's still the highest. Online dating is still the highest. So, but hey, Carol, you can hook up at a BART station, man. Right? You can still hook up at a BART station.
Yeah. Well, it said public station, so it's buses,
BART, bus, planes, those ages 59 through 77. I pulled this data just for you, Brucey. Those ages 59 through 77 report meeting through a friend. 41%. You'd say that's pretty accurate, right, Bruce? Because that's it's happened to you.
I mean, most of my friends, well, a lot of them that are married. But
yes, planes.
So all our friends are married, so most of them don't have single friends, you know.
Yeah. As well as meeting at work. Well, that's fucked for you because you're retired. 37%. Although
I was in construction, there's not gonna,
hey baby, you want to hold my hammer?
You're not gonna meet very many women in construction.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah. As the most common ways they meant potential connections. Yeah. Those 78 and older cited speed dating. You got that to look forward to, Bruce. At 78.
I already did that once. So it was enough.
Well, how the fuck speed dating work at 78? I guess I get it. You have to date fast because you're gonna die.
That's a contradiction in words, isn't it?
Yeah. There's no speed involved at 78.
They give you 3 minutes for the date and 5 minutes to walk her from table to table at 78.
Look at that is insane. Those 78 and older cited speed dating 58% to be their most popular form of meeting people.
Speed dating for the seniors, huh?
I thought for sure like bingo would be up there. Like I met this hot 78-year-old lady at bingo at church, man.
I don't think there's many guys that are into bingo.
Yeah, you going, Bruce? At 78, you better be going to bingo, man. That's where all the hot chicks are, man. That's where they're all
at 78, there's no hot chicks left, John.
Hey, but you got to remember, you're 78 too.
That's what I said. There's no hot chicks left, John.
They're 78-year-old hot. Yep. They're not 24-year-old hot.
Yeah, you never know. Deana, you are up. It is Millennial Minute, and let me remind everybody what. Let me scroll. Hey, look, my touchscreen's working. That is amazing. That is.
Don't touch that button, John. Don't touch that button.
Don't press the button.
Yeah, I'm not going to touch that button. I got to scroll all the way up because Deana doesn't understand. Millennial Minute today. I love you, Deana. I love you, Deana. Can women still be friends with their exes? Brandon, can women still be friends with their exes? I'm going to ask my nephew right now. No, he says. Brandon says no. He said, I thought I heard him say fuck no, but he just said no.
How old is Brandon?
Brandon is 30, 29, 30, 30, 31, 31.
31, 32. Hi. Sorry.
He's 31 years old and he says no. Wait. See? Goes to bingo twice a week. No men there. Oh, no men there. Brucey, find out where it's at.
I told you, no men. No men go to bingo, John.
Yeah, I know. Deana, you are. Oh, I'm trying to scroll.
You said I was up.
Yeah, go ahead. You're up.
Scroll, sir.
Scrolling.
Scrolling. Sorry. Can women still be friends with their exes? Yes, they can. Mm-hmm. When you are a mature adult, you can
Mhm.
actually be friends with your exes.
Mhm.
Experts say it doesn't have to be all or nothing. If your relationship was healthy and ended on good terms, it is possible to stay friends, acquaintances, or somewhere in between.
All right. I don't know, man. I don't know. Again, I'm going to bring up something I said at the very beginning. If it is freaky deaky sex, I can't see the friendships going on. I can't see going from freaky ass sex to being friends and then dating someone else. And
You have
still
children, though. Question: you have children, though, so you have to be like sort of accommodating to your parental other unit.
yeah.
So, especially when you have younger children, um, you have to kind of find a way to have a balance, and sometimes it does turn into friendship.
Yeah. All right, though, but okay, let me get to that part with the freaky sex. Okay, so you have freaky sex with this person. Now you started dating someone else. Brucey, you know where I'm going with this, and she asked you how your new girlfriend asked you how come why are you guys friends? You know, how do you go? That's the part that I think guys have trouble with women. I don't know. I can't speak for women. I don't know if, like you if a woman like if you're the guy you're dating now, all of a sudden you guys break up and he's dating somebody else and you guys are friends. Do you think it makes it very difficult for the person that you're with to kind of accept that you're just now friends after knowing like the kind of sex that they had? Brucey, am I right? Am I wrong?
I don't know. Never been in that situation.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know why you're talking about your sex life with your ex, with your current.
It's gonna come up. Come on, Deana.
No, no.
I'm not friends with a single ex.
I'm friends with a lot of my exes, and I don't
Right?
talk about my sex life with them, with my current. No.
No. I'm not saying that you talk about it, but it's in the back of his mind thinking what you doing with each other. What did you do with them that you're not doing with him? Or vice versa. Brucey, that sound about right?
Equal treatment.
Yeah. All right, good. Continue. That's my problem. I'm just letting you know what my problem is with trying to be friends with someone that you've dated for a long time and then you're not in a relationship anymore, but you're still friends and you're still hanging out with each other
Hell,
in the same group.
yeah. I
In the
mean, I
same group.
haven't. I usually don't put myself in that situation to get in that situation. So I don't know. I guess I kind of think through any relationship possibilities before they, you know. But the end scenario might be eventually, and I'm
Yeah.
trying to avoid getting myself in that position where it becomes an issue.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Dina, I'm not trying to derail your thing. I think we just want to express how we think myself feels about this.
Yeah.
And now you can continue.
I learned.
You know what I'm saying? I just wanted you to kind of hear how we feel about it.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. All right. Good to know. 3 reasons women choose to keep the friendship. Ready for this? Are you ready?
Mhm.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Number 1, the friendship was too valuable to walk away from. Have you ever been friends with somebody that you started dating and then all of a sudden now you can't be dating, but you don't want to not be friends anymore?
Yeah.
Usually it was like the other way around. Like you got in the friend zone before you could even get into the dating zone.
Yeah, and then you get to the dating zone. Then what
Yeah.
happens?
Yeah.
And most of
And
the
it
time, the
doesn't
gal's
work
not going to
out.
let it happen, or the guy's going to walk away because he's friend zoned.
That is fair. It's a very rare situation that once you friend zoned somebody, they're
Yeah.
even going to stick around and try.
Yep.
But if they did,
hey, come on, can I just get to second base?
right? I just want to touch your boob just a little bit.
Just once.
We're just friends.
Just as friends. I just want to see what your boobs look like as
Yeah,
friends.
can I? Yeah, I don't believe you're a C cup. You need to show me those. Yeah, go ahead, Deana.
Letting go of someone that is someone familiar that it is too tough. That one kind of hit me hard because I'm still friends with a lot of my exes because I'm a serial monogamist and because I have developed comfort zones with certain people that I've been with.
I can see where that's a tough one.
But the guys have allowed that?
You know, just someone that like you dated them. Basically, this is like you dating someone for a long time, but you have like every fucking thing in common, whether it's sports, eating, traveling, all that shit. And you break up, but you still want to be friends with that person because you have so much in common, but it just didn't work out. So you find them to be more of a, you know, you don't want to lose that friendship with that person. You get, you know, you go, is that sound about right, Deana?
Yeah, absolutely. That are when you become, I mean, if you're in a long-term relationship with somebody for an extended period of time, I was in a long-term relationship for 8 years. We became so comfortable with each other. Like I kind of miss football. I don't want to say that out loud, but I just did.
Go Packers.
Yes, I'm wearing my Packers shirt today.
I saw it. I'm always looking at your boobs. You know that.
Of course you are, John. Of course you are.
I am a man, Deana.
Well, you know, he's going to ask you since you're friends.
Now she's covering up. Look, Bruce. Don't make me make Bruce start unbuttoning his shirt. Don't, Deana.
I don't even have my library books today.
Ah, damn it! I had my card ready to go.
The connection was purely platonic from the start.
Yeah. Friend zone.
Yeah, that's a thing. Like, you ever been with somebody for a long period of time and you realize that you're more like just roommates or like brother and sister? That's my son's dad. That's my son's dad.
Shared clothes.
Shared clothes, shared lots of things. Get out of my makeup, bitch. Sorry.
Stay off my makeup, man. Who's using my red lipstick?
Right. It's my shade. It doesn't match your complexion. You're a winter, damn it. A winter.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dead air. Dead air.
Dead air. No, but that's
on this show. That's impressive.
Yeah, right. We all shut up for real quick. And it wasn't about finances. Good for us.
Oh, you're paying for that first date. No, I'm just kidding.
Duh. But that's the purely platonic from the start situation is usually a friend introduced you to a friend situation.
Yeah. I could see that. Yeah.
Which is sad, but sad because it makes the dating world that much smaller.
Well, too, you got to think too, that friend that's setting you up to meet, they're hoping that you do, that
you do have chemistry of actual romantic persuasion.
And they weren't wrong. You do have chemistry, but it's just not. Yeah, exactly. It's not romantic.
It's not that chemistry.
Yeah.
So what did we learn today?
Nothing. You still have should you be friends with your exes? 3 questions to ask. Did you do that already?
Oh, I did. I didn't. Question number 1, why do I want to stay in touch with my ex? You might realize you don't actually want to be friends with them because they don't look like the people you tend to want in your life platonically.
Okay. I'm going to agree with that one. But there's also those ones that they don't want to be with you, but they don't want you to be with anybody else. So they find a way to be with that person. So in hopes that they can never be with somebody else. but just kind of
And
keep you on that string.
that's the
Brucey,
narcissistic
that's one of the problems
sociopath.
I have. That's one of the problems I have with being friends with exes, because that kind of happens every now and then. They may not realize that they're doing it, but they are doing it.
They're cock blocking you.
Yeah. And again, they may not realize that they're actually doing that, but subconsciously they just, that's just the way it is. And for me, that's one of the problems I have with being a friend with an ex, because especially like you said, Deana, with a long-term relationship, if you've been with someone for a long time and then it just doesn't work out and now you're still friends, for me, how's that bond thing doesn't go away. It's difficult. Most people have a very hard time. I feel, I could be wrong, that they don't want to see somebody with somebody else than with somebody else. They don't picture it. They always pictured themselves with that person. So when they first, some people may act like it's not a big deal, but internally, I feel that majority of the people feel hurt when they see somebody that they've been with for a long period of time being with someone else.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense. It does take a lot of time for those feelings to kind of dissolve and realign to a friendship. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But it's not impossible.
It's not impossible. No, I'm not saying it's impossible. For me personally, myself, that's how I feel that I would be. I mean, especially, I don't know how long we're talking as far as a relationship with somebody, but like if you're dating somebody for a year, 2 years, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work out. Yeah, sure. You're already dating somebody else, but you're still friends with this person. That person may not be okay with the fact that you have actually moved on and now you want to be my friend. Fuck no. Yeah, I can't do that. I can't be involved with somebody and then just all of a sudden see them with somebody else. It'd be just too much. I think I'm like Bruce. I'm just, hey, fucking great knowing you. Hey, if you ever in a bind and you need some help, great. I'll be there for you. That's it. I mean, that's where I cut it off. I'm just,
Bunch of pussies.
Yeah,
Question 2. Am I in a healthy place to stay in touch with my ex? It can feel like such a loss for a partner to go from one of the closest people in your world to not talking to them at all. If you're struggling to accept a breakup and feel desperate to keep your former partner in your life, you don't want to treat friendship as a consolation prize. I think that's kind of what you were getting at, John. You don't want to, you're not trying to make your friendship or your relationship now a friendship because you're settling for something less with that person. Does that sound about right?
Yep.
Yeah, especially when there was definitely something more.
Yeah. Hey, and it's look, let's be honest. I mean, you're still some feelings there. I don't care what's going on. And there's always that possibility where it's just like, yeah, let's just come over and watch a movie. And then next thing you know, it's 7 a.m. in the morning and you're both fucking naked in bed. Now you cheated on the person that you're with already. It's just, I'm not saying that scenario, it happens all the time, but there's a good likelihood that, if you have that feelings and I just feel like, oh God, I don't want to be a dick here. I just feel like you're using each other. Is that too strong?
It sounds a little harsh.
It does.
I wouldn't say you're using each other because sure, it sounds like you're filling a hole. Puns.
Yeah.
Filling a hole.
Bruce is
because you're trying to find the right person and now you're in that limbo area.
Yeah, you're being selfish. No.
Yeah, the flames are out, but the embers are still there.
Yeah. I just feel like
be moist, my friend.
She or he wasn't good enough to move along in your life, but you want to keep that line there, that bait. Let's just call it bait on that line, just in case. You
That's
could
like
still
a whole episode of Friends where you have like your backup in
Yeah.
case I'm
Yeah. Well, that's
lonely,
how I
I'd be
feel
friends with
about
this
it. It's
person
like,
because that's my backup.
yeah.
So it's not always entirely the case. I
No, it's
mean,
not. No, it's not. No.
each relationship is entirely different,
Yeah.
and to
Yeah.
each
Yeah.
its own.
Yeah.
If
I'm with you.
you're
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, it also depends on how the relationship ended as well. So
Well, if you're still friends, it ended in a civil way.
yeah,
If
but I
You
mean,
didn't.
if it
I
Yeah.
ended
mean,
badly and you're
somebody,
still friends,
yeah,
you
then
need to
yeah,
evaluate who you're with, that they're still
Yeah.
exactly,
friends with that
yeah.
person.
I'm
'Cause,
just gonna use a few of them that I have seen over the years, but they've all ended civil. It was just both of them like, hey, you know what? I'm not going anywhere. Nothing. It's just got boring for both of them. You know, whether it was sex or going out or doing things, it was just boring, and there was nothing there anymore, and they just ended it and became friends. But
right, the chemistry is gone, but there's
yeah,
still
yeah,
right. It's
yeah,
not like I hate you as a human
yeah,
being. I
yeah,
just
yeah.
don't want to be in a relationship
Yeah, you don't have a
romantically with
fist fight
you.
with her and then become friends, Bruce.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
never
You don't
happened.
you
And I'm
don't get a
sorry.
restraining order and then become
And
friends.
that
That would never happen, anyways. But yeah,
you
I know
stay
I
over
have this
there.
yeah, you know I have this restraining order. It's 150 feet, so I measured it out, and you got like white chalk lines everywhere. This is 100 feet from your desk. This is 100 feet from your office. This is 100 feet from your house.
No, that's creepy. That's
Yeah,
extra.
yeah,
I plotted it out.
yeah. I plotted it out.
then
I
I know
made
the
a
call it.
map.
I know the proper distance to follow you from
Right.
walking behind. So
Right. I can stay behind you as long as I stay here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hi.
Hi, police, police.
Creepy.
Yeah. Are
Question
you,
3. What
yeah.
do I want a platonic relationship with my ex to look like? Do you want a
Mm-mm-mm.
close friendship that involves asking each other for dating advice?
Yeah, see, that happens too.
It does when you
And
become so friendly that now you're like siblings.
yeah, and do you really
That
want
gets
to
weird.
hear your ex-boyfriend explaining his sexual problems with his fucking girlfriend?
Or like that, bro. Asking your ex, did you like it when I did this?
Mhm. Hey, Deana, did you like it when I did this?
Yeah,
Did you like it when I did the Seinfeld move?
yeah,
Is it the
yeah.
twist or is it a circle? Is it
Counterclockwise, not
counterclockwise?
clockwise,
Yeah,
counterclockwise.
it's counterclockwise. Yeah.
Not up
That'd
and
be
down.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't. And I'm not saying that like that happens all the time, but like let's just take the sex part out of it. Like just your ex coming up to you and going, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. You know, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening in our relationship. What am I doing wrong, Deana? And now you are involved in not your ex-boyfriend's fucking romantic love life and trying to fix his, and you're thinking to yourself, well, wait a minute, why didn't you sit down and ask me what was going on in our relationship? Maybe we could have fixed it. That I know that comes up in your guys' head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that's happened to me on more
Yeah.
than one occasion. Hey,
Yeah.
this is my situation with my current chick. I know I haven't talked to you in forever, but
Yeah.
why does this keep happening to me? Maybe it's you, bro. Maybe it's you.
Come here. That's when you tell them to come over so you can slap them in the face.
Apparently, that is somebody who has no clue.
Right. Have you learned
Nothing.
nothing?
Yeah. That's a tough one, man. I'm sorry. And
Never
then
would
what
I
do you
go to an
do? What do
ex to
you
ask for advice on a new relationship. It's like, what
well
would possess you to even do that, man?
yeah. Well, I mean, too, it's just like now you got to set boundaries. And it's just like now that friendship is on its way in the toilet because now you're saying, hey, you know what? We can't talk about that.
Or even
Or,
the current person in your relationship and go, I went and asked my ex,
oh, God
she
forbid.
Yeah, how do
suggested,
you have
it's
that
like, oh,
conversation?
That's
that's going to
suicide,
go over
Bruce.
real well. Yeah.
That's suicide, Bruce.
Yeah.
I went and talked to my ex and she suggested that we
Mhm.
try it doggy style.
Yeah.
This is a giant champion of why you need to have communication at the beginning
Yeah.
of a
Well, see, the
relationship.
communication
Because
might
if
get you in
you are
trouble.
if you are still friends with your ex from a long-term
Yeah,
relationship,
yeah,
your
yeah,
your current person is gonna
yeah,
assume that you
yeah,
talk to them.
yeah,
So you need to have that conversation.
yeah. And look, I'm not saying, I'm sure Bruce is not saying every ex friendship is this way that me and Bruce are portraying, but maybe we're just portraying the worst part of it. And what you need to ask yourself, can you deal with that worst part and still be friends? And that should be your deciding factor on whether or not you want to continue this friendship now after a relationship. There you go. I put it as simple as I could. And I think that is as simple as I could. Bruce, that sound about right? Because if you can't handle the worst part of that friendship being communication and that talk about things like, then maybe you shouldn't be friends. But then again, some people can deal with it. If you can deal with that worst scenario, then all the best to you, man.
Some people just
Absolutely.
cannot accept closure.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Hey, we're at
That's
the 2-hour mark.
a whole separate episode.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to ask Mr. Brucey our famous question. Bruce, did you learn anything tonight?
That there's
Polls
some real
suck.
idiots on polls.
Were you surprised by any of the were you surprised? Yeah, you were surprised.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, was there any one of those that you felt where you were really shocked at? Was it the money one? Like, were you surprised that was?
It was like the who's paying for the date one. It was like, that's kind of,
Yeah, I can't believe that's still.
I mean, I wouldn't thought the percentage was that high of these people just not.
Yeah.
It just must be a new thing. And I don't know what ages they're asking these polls to either. So,
Yeah.
This could be the Gen Zs or the millennials, or, it's a whole different generation that's caught up in this.
Honey, Gen Zs aren't dating. They're living in my basement.
Yeah, they're just banging they're just banging each other, Bruce.
Oh, that's right. They can't afford $150.
They can't afford $150. They have to be employed for that.
Yeah. I mean, there was our poll on on our fan page, and it's $100. $100 was 65% of the people said they should spend at least $100 on a date. With looks like a tie at $75 and $150. And then some of those 5%ers went $200. $200 on a date. They should spend $200.
Where are you going for $75? Or is that like a where I live situation?
They're going to like McDonald's or
That's a McDonald's in a drive-in movie.
You can find a place. Well, let's go. Let's do this. So you got you can find places with $25 plates. I think a $25 plate, a good dinner for $25 a piece. That's $50.
Get away with that like at Chili's or something.
Chili's, yeah, that's where I was going. Chili's,
Olive Garden.
Yeah, the Olive Garden too as well. I think you can get away with the Olive Garden.
It would have to be a chain restaurant.
Yeah, it'd have to be something like that. TGI Fridays, Chili's, Red Robin. I think you might get away with it there at Red Robin's. But yeah, you can get away with it. Dina, what did you learn today,
Fridays?
Dina?
I learned that you still have TGI Fridays. Where's there a TGI Fridays?
I think we still have one, right, Bruce?
Well,
we don't have one out here anymore.
I don't know if it's still there or not. But.
No, I don't know either. Now that I think about it, I know we have Chili's, we have Red Robin.
Chili's and Red Robin we still have.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to
Rocky Rococo's. Yeah, but
you're not going to a steakhouse for $75.
No, unless it's Texas Roadhouse.
No, I don't
even
think
that's
not
going to be $75.
Yeah, I don't think you
get.
No, Texas.
Like $100.
I don't think you can get out of there for less than $75.
Yeah, there's no way. Anything else you learned? Deana?
I learned that you guys are a bunch of pussies, apparently, because
Oh
I can be friends
God.
with my exes, and you guys are
Yeah.
so emo about it.
I think it's just yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think it does have a lot to do with how, what kind of relationship you had with that
All my
person,
exes live in Texas.
how long you had that relationship, and then what really comes into play on that whole thing, really, to be honest, is the it's the new person you're dating. That's gonna make whether or not you continue that friendship. Okay, so
So if you don't like the person that your ex is dating, you might not be friends with them?
like you might not be friends with your ex-boyfriend because your new boyfriend may have a different feeling about it.
I
That's
wouldn't
where I
date
think it might come
that's just
down
me,
to.
but I wouldn't date somebody that has a problem with me being friends with my exes.
Well, yeah, I'm just
That's
saying.
a red flag.
And I think the red flags go up higher when it's the woman. It's the other way around, where the woman is having, like, guys, I think will have a hard time with their girlfriend having a friendship still with her ex. I think it's the guys take that a little differently. Would you
Well,
agree, Bruce?
kind of the big thing is that because I mean anybody like my age, if I was dating gals in their 40s, they have kids,
Yeah.
and then more likely they're in some sort of weird relationship with their ex that they have to be because of raising the kids.
Right,
So,
you have to be.
Well, yeah, that's different. That's not a friendship. That's an arrangement.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
we hope.
It's not a friend. It's an arrangement. You pick up the
There's
kids
legality
every other.
involved.
Yeah, you pick up the kids every other Friday at what time? Blah blah. They're not hanging out, sitting down on the coffee in the living room having coffee together, Bruce. You know that.
No, but
They're
then you
not
might hear the
supposed to
story
be.
about the ex.
Some of those guys are not even allowed in the front door. It's like, go beep the horn. I'll let the kids know you're out there. Most of them are like that.
There's just drama involved in it.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's tough. I mean, I'm not going to pretend like dating's fucking easy. It's tough. It's tough. There's a lot of things you have to do, and it's not that you have. There's a lot of things you have to do. There's a lot of things you have to do right.
Well,
You know what I
we have
mean?
choice, John. We don't date.
Well, right, but not everybody, Brucey. I know what you're saying, but not everybody wants to be by themselves.
Anybody and do my own thing when I want.
I'm gonna say a majority of guys out there don't want to be by
mine.
themselves, dude. They want to have a date. They want to have a conversation. They want to have some time spent with someone of the opposite sex. You may not be that way, but I think there a majority of guys want to have a relationship, or at least have someone to go out with and be with. So
I got friends.
Yeah, I got friends too, but I'm just saying that's the problem with dating. I think dating there's not that it's a lot of work, but you just have to be good at it. And
sometimes there's not enough benefits to outweigh the negatives of it.
I don't know.
You're not as old as I am.
There's
I'm not
plenty
as old
of time.
as you are either, but let me tell you how much I enjoy not having to share my bed with someone that snores.
I just
guarantee
enjoy having a drama-free life.
Drama-free
life, John. Drama-free life.
Yeah,
right?
I want to wait. I want to roll over in bed and go, holy shit. And you know what I mean by saying holy shit. So I'd rather have that than, what's on Netflix tonight?
Some people have to be in relationships. Some people do not.
I don't have to be in a relationship.
Well,
I
want to be.
I don't want to be, believe me, but I would rather have. I don't want to be in a relationship. I would rather go out with a different person throughout the month. I enjoy that. That's what I'm saying. Dating isn't just about trying to have a relationship. A lot of people are not out there dating to have a relationship. A lot of people are out there just to have company and be with somebody of the opposite sex. And if it happens, it happens. That's that's where I feel it.
Because there's a motive to dating.
No, it doesn't have to be, though.
The financial. I mean, they're looking for. They're looking for something.
I have no problem saying that. That's where
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's all different. Everybody's different. Everybody is different. Everyone's looking for a different thing to
I've
come
been
out
dating for
of a
11
date.
years.
Yeah. Bruce, I've been
That's
dating longer than that,
sorry.
Bruce.
Huh?
I've been dating longer than that, Bruce.
How long you been divorced?
Shit, since 2000, I've been 13, 14 years.
What's this same
Dude,
when
I've
my
been
wife
divorced
passed away? It
since
was 2014.
2003.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's 11 years.
It's been a while, dude. I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm going on at least. I have been single for at least 14 years. At least, if not maybe more.
Yeah,
So,
I've only been single
yeah.
for 11 years.
So yeah, I mean, everybody's going to be different. Everybody's looking for a different reason to date, but it's just, when you see these numbers and you see the cost that's going into it, but then again, like I said, like you talked about, you have to.
I'm not worried about the money.
Arrange a date.
Money has
Arrange
never
a
been
date.
an issue for me.
Yeah,
for
right.
dating.
You arrange it, but you still
Yeah.
have a set number. You're not going over, Bruce.
Money is never an issue for me dating.
Right.
What's an
But
issue for me
you
dating is
the nonsense. Yeah.
the nonsense and the drama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all right, guys, that is it for us. The dog's probably getting laid tonight, but
Dog's going. I want some.
Oh, wait,
Somebody's getting laid.
the dog is fixed.
Duck.
Yeah,
No,
the dog.
yeah, but he's got his duck. He's got a duck.
He's gonna chew the shit out of that duck.
He's gonna hump that duck.
He's gonna hump that duck. Everybody
Somebody's getting love today.
Everybody look at the camera and wave goodbye.
Goodbye,
everybody.
Have a good weekend.
Wait.